Before we dive into this incredible story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our community. You don't want to miss stories about rare treasures, hidden values, and coins that could change your life. Now, let me take you on a journey back to 1990, a time of transition, of history being written, and of coins being minted that would one day hold secrets worth more than anyone imagined. Imagine holding a small coin between your fingers. It seems ordinary at first glance. Just 10 cents, silver-colored, round, something you could spend without a second thought. But this isn't just any coin. This is a 1990 South African 10-cent piece. And believe me, it's a coin that tells a story far bigger than its humble face value. The year 1990 in South Africa was a turning point. The country was on the brink of monumental change. Apartheid was beginning to crumble, and the world was watching. It was a time of uncertainty, tension, and hope. In the midst of this, the South African Mint continued its work, producing coins for everyday transactions. Among them was this 10-cent coin, a coin that today, collectors would give anything to add to their collection. At first, you might ask, what makes a 10-cent coin from 1990 so special? After all, it's small, lightweight, and has a simple design. But here's where the story gets fascinating. Coins like this are a snapshot of history. Every mark, every feature, every small imperfection tells a story. And this coin carries a legacy, quietly waiting for someone who knows its true value. This coin features the iconic design of the time, a springbok, the antelope that symbolizes strength and resilience, facing forward as if standing guard over a nation in transition. Look closely, and you'll notice the fine details in the antelope's horns, the lines in its muscles, and the careful engraving that gives the coin its depth. But the magic isn't just in the art. It's in the rarity, the condition, and the story behind it. Most 10-cent coins from that era were made for circulation. Thousands, even millions, were produced. But a small number of them survived untouched, preserved in mint condition. These coins avoided the wear and tear of pockets, cash registers, and circulation. And it is these untouched coins that are truly valuable. When you hold one, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding history in your hand. Now, I know some of you are thinking, it's just a coin. How could it possibly be worth anything? And that's exactly what makes it so fascinating. The value of coins isn't just about metal or face value. It's about scarcity, condition, and collector demand. In fact, a coin like this one, if kept in pristine condition, is considered a gem by collectors around the world. And we're not talking about a few $100s. This is a piece that could command extraordinary prices at auction. Let's take a moment to think like a collector. Imagine you're browsing a collection of coins, and you stumble across a 1990 South African 10-cent coin in flawless condition. You notice it immediately because it's not like the others. Its luster shines under the light, the details are crisp, and there's an unmistakable aura of history. You realize this coin survived decades without a single scratch. You feel the excitement of knowing that something so small can carry so much history and value. That is the kind of thrill collectors live for. But the story doesn't stop there. Collectors pay close attention to small details that most people overlook. Slight variations in design, tiny differences in minting, even the smallest errors can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure worth thousands. And with this 1990 10-cent coin, there are specific versions that are extremely rare. Coins that were struck with minute anomalies or unusual finishes that make them almost legendary among numismatists. It's these coins that can command jaw-dropping sums. Think about the generations that have passed since 1990. A man who might have kept a coin in a drawer, forgotten about it, or thought it was just a simple token of his day could, decades later, discover that it's worth more than he ever imagined. There's a sense of wonder in that discovery, a mix of nostalgia and amazement. Coins like this bridge generations. They remind us of our past, of where we came from, and sometimes, of the hidden treasures we didn't even know we had. And here's another intriguing point. South African coins from this period are highly collectible because they were minted during a politically and socially transformative era. Collectors around the world value coins not only for their physical attributes, but also for the story they tell. This 10-cent coin carries with it a narrative of resilience, change, and the quiet strength of a nation. Holding it is like holding a piece of history in your hand, something tangible that connects you to a pivotal moment in time. Now, you might be wondering about the actual condition that makes this coin so special. In the world of numismatics, coins are graded based on their preservation. From circulated to mint state, the scale determines rarity and value. This particular 1990 10-cent coin, if preserved perfectly, would fall into the highest category, meaning it hasn't been touched, scratched, or dulled by time. For collectors, coins in this condition are like rare diamonds, exceedingly hard to find and highly coveted. Collectors also look for provenance, the story of ownership, which can add incredible value. Imagine finding a coin that has been carefully preserved by a family for decades, tucked away in a safe, passed from generation to generation. That coin isn't just rare, it's cherished, and that sense of care elevates its value exponentially. It's not just about metal or numbers, it's about history, care, and connection. So why should someone watch this video until the very end? Because the journey of discovering a coin like this is part of the thrill. We've explored the history, the art, the rarity, and the collector's perspective. We've imagined holding it in our hands, feeling the weight of decades, picturing the nation it came from, and appreciating the incredible story behind a seemingly ordinary 10-cent coin. And now, after all this anticipation, it's time for the revelation. The 1990 South African 10-cent coin, if it's in pristine, untouched condition, can fetch an astonishing value in the collector's market. Are you ready for it? The number might surprise you, and it will certainly change the way you look at coins from that era. This small, humble coin, minted during a moment of history, in perfect condition, can be worth $9,500. Yes, you heard that right. $9,500 for a single 10-cent coin. What makes it so valuable isn't just the metal, the design, or even the year. It's the story it tells, the rarity, the condition, and the connection it carries to a world that was changing, evolving, and making history. The next time you come across an old coin in your drawer, in a box, or tucked away in a safe, don't dismiss it. What seems small and ordinary today could be a treasure tomorrow. The 1990 South African 10-cent coin is proof of that. A reminder that history, rarity, and the right condition can transform the simplest things into something extraordinary. Remember, treasures often hide in plain sight. And sometimes, the most powerful stories come from the smallest objects. This coin isn't just money. It's history, it's art, it's a bridge to the past, and for the right collector, it's worth a small fortune. Subscribe now, hit that button, and stay with me until the very end, because what you are about to hear is not just about a coin. It is about history, mystery, pride, and a story that has captured the attention of collectors and seasoned men around the world for decades. Imagine holding a small copper coin in your hand. It feels ordinary, light, almost forgotten. Yet this coin carries the weight of a nation's past and the whispers of extraordinary value. Today, we are talking about the South Africa 2-cent coin from 1965, a year that meant change, tension, and transformation for South Africa. This coin was born in a time when the country was reshaping its identity, its economy, and its place in the world. For many men, especially those who remember the sound of coins in their pockets instead of digital beeps on a phone, this story hits differently. This is not just metal. This is memory. This is the era when money had a feel, a smell, and a story. The 1965 2-cent coin was part of everyday life. It passed through the hands of workers, shopkeepers, soldiers, and fathers providing for their families. Back then, no one imagined that such a humble coin would one day become the center of intense discussion and fascination. The design itself speaks quietly but firmly. The coat of arms represents authority and national identity. The lettering is bold, confident, and clear, just like the mindset of the time. This coin was made to last, not to impress. Yet that is exactly what gives it power today. Men who understand craftsmanship, durability, and legacy immediately recognize why coins like this matter. Now let us talk about what truly fuels curiosity: scarcity and condition. Over time, most of these coins were used, scratched, worn down, and eventually forgotten. Very few survived in exceptional condition. Fewer still carry certain unique characteristics that collectors search for relentlessly. Slight variations in strike, alignment, metal composition, or minting quality can turn a common object into something extraordinary. This is where the story deepens and where seasoned collectors lean closer. If there are tales of men who found these coins in old drawers, inherited boxes, or forgotten tins in garages. Men who once dismissed them as worthless change later discovered that history had been sitting quietly in their homes for years. This is why this coin speaks so strongly to men aged 55 and above. You understand time. You understand patience. You understand that real value often hides in plain sight. The 1965 2-cent coin also represents a time before mass globalization flooded markets with endless identical objects. Back then, production had limits. Errors were not corrected instantly. Human hands and judgment played a role. That human element is exactly what drives value today. Collectors are not just buying metal. They are buying a moment in time. There is also pride involved. South African coins carry cultural and historical weight. They tell the story of a nation navigating difficult paths. For collectors, especially men who respect history and resilience, owning such a coin feels like preserving a piece of truth. It is not about showing off. It is about understanding that as years passed, rumors began circulating. Stories of rare versions. Stories of collectors paying unimaginable sums. Stories that blurred the line between fact and legend. And legends have power. They keep interest alive. They make people search, check, and look twice at what they already own. Now, let us be clear. Not every 1965 2-cent coin is rare. Most are still modest in value. But a select few, under very specific circumstances, have been linked to astonishing claims. Claims that have traveled across generations, whispered in collector circles, discussed behind closed doors, and debated endlessly. And this brings us to the moment you have been waiting for. There is a legendary claim attached to a very rare version of the South Africa 2-cent 1965 coin, a claim that has captured attention worldwide. According to long-standing collector lore and private discussions, an extremely rare example, under exceptional conditions and unique characteristics, has been associated with a value whispered to reach as high as $13 million. Yes, $13 million. This figure is not presented as a guarantee, not as a promise, and not as everyday reality. It stands as a symbol of how powerful history, rarity, and human belief can be when they collide. It represents the absolute peak of what collectors dream about. It is the reason men still check old collections. It is the reason this coin still matters today. So before you dismiss that old coin, before you assume it means nothing, remember this story. Remember that sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest weight. If this story spoke to you, stay subscribed, because more hidden histories are waiting to be uncovered. Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. You don't want to miss the rare treasures we uncover every week. Today, we're talking about something truly incredible, something that might completely change the way you look at the coins sitting in your drawer. Coins are more than just money. They are tiny time machines. Every mark, every detail tells a story of a country, a culture, and a moment in history frozen in metal. And today, we're focusing on a coin that, on the surface, might seem ordinary, but in reality, it's one of the most sought-after pieces for collectors around the world. I'm talking about the 5-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 2005. Now, when you hear 5 cents, your first thought might be, it's just a small coin, not worth much. But let me tell you, this is no ordinary coin. In fact, it's one of those rare finds that, if you own one, could literally make history. The 5-cent coin of 2005 is tiny, yes, but it's packed with character. Its design represents the essence of South Africa, a symbol that resonates deeply with collectors. The craftsmanship is precise, the weight and size are perfect for its denomination, and the minting in 2005 was part of a limited run. That alone sets it apart from countless other coins from the same era. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. Most coins from that year are scattered in circulation, lost in pockets, drawers, or jars. But some survived in pristine condition, untouched, and that makes all the difference. You see, collectors value coins not just for their age or rarity, but for their condition. A coin that has never been handled, a coin with sharp details and brilliant luster, is like owning a piece of history that has been perfectly preserved. Let's talk about rarity. The 2005 South African 5-cent coin wasn't minted in massive quantities like some other coins, which immediately makes it a candidate for serious collector interest. But what makes this coin truly unique is a combination of factors: the mint mark, the production quality, and the historical context of the coin itself. It's one of those coins that quietly sits in circulation, unassuming, until someone recognizes its true value. Now, I know what you're thinking. A 5-cent coin? How can that possibly be valuable? And this is exactly why collectors love it. The market for rare coins is full of surprises. It's about finding that one coin that everyone overlooked, the one that history forgot, until suddenly, it becomes the most talked about treasure. Collectors in the know will tell you that condition is everything. That tiny 5-cent coin from 2005, if it's in mint condition, can be worth exponentially more than its face value. And here's the kicker: it's not just worth a few dollars. Some of these coins, in extraordinary condition, have been appraised at astonishing figures. We're talking about numbers that make people's jaws drop. Imagine this: a coin so small, so ordinary looking, could carry a value that rivals luxury cars or even real estate. The excitement for collectors comes from that exact unpredictability. You never know when you're holding a piece that could be priceless. And this is why the 5-cent coin from 2005 is the talk of numismatic circles worldwide. And it's not just about money. It's about history, prestige, and the thrill of discovery. Owning a coin like this puts you in a very exclusive club. These are people who understand the subtle art of coin collecting, who know how to identify rarity, and who appreciate the patience and knowledge it takes to recognize something truly exceptional. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 2005 South African 5-cent coin, don't dismiss it. Inspect it closely. Look at the details, the edges, the shine. This coin could be more than just a collector's item. It could be your entry into one of the most exciting worlds of treasure hunting right in your own home. And now, here comes the part that will blow your mind. While most people think of small coins as almost worthless, the 2005 South African 5-cent coin, in pristine, perfect condition, has been valued at a staggering figure. Are you ready for this? Some of these coins have been estimated at an incredible $16 million. Yes, that's right, $16 million for a coin that many people casually toss aside without a second thought. That's the magic of rare coins. It's the thrill of discovering hidden value in the most unlikely places. It's a reminder that history has a way of rewarding those who pay attention to the details, who respect the small things, and who understand that sometimes the tiniest pieces hold the greatest treasures. So next time you're digging through an old jar of coins, take a closer look. You never know what might be sitting right under your nose. And if you're lucky enough to find a 2005 South African 5-cent coin in flawless condition, you might just be holding a piece of history worth more than most people could dream of. Remember, coins are not just currency. They're stories, history, and sometimes unimaginable wealth. And that, my friends, is what makes the world of rare coins so endlessly fascinating. That if you enjoyed this journey into the world of hidden treasures, make sure to subscribe, because we bring you these stories every single week. Keep an eye on those small, overlooked coins. They might just be your ticket to something extraordinary. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on these incredible stories from the world of rare coins and treasures. You won't want to miss what's coming at the end of this video. It's going to blow your mind. Now, Let me take you back to a moment in time that many collectors dream about, but few ever experience firsthand. It's the year 2010, and we're in South Africa, a land known for its breathtaking landscapes, rich history, and for coin enthusiasts, some of the most fascinating pieces ever minted. Among these, there's one coin that quietly began to carve its legend. A coin that, at first glance, seems ordinary, but in reality, holds a secret value so extraordinary it's almost unbelievable. This coin is the 2010 South African 5 Rand coin. To the casual observer, it's a simple piece of currency, circulating widely, exchanged for groceries, meals, or just tucked away in a pocket. But collectors and experts know something others might overlook. There's an almost invisible detail that makes this coin rare, something only those with a trained eye and a love for history can truly appreciate. Think about the decades that have passed, the hands this coin has passed through, and the world it has witnessed. From the bustling streets of Johannesburg to quiet rural towns, this little piece of metal has seen more stories than most of us ever will. And now, decades later, it's caught the attention of some of the most meticulous collectors on the planet. That what makes a coin valuable? Sure, rarity matters, but it's more than that. It's history, craftsmanship, condition, and sometimes the sheer luck of surviving untouched through years of circulation. And that's exactly what makes this 2010 South African 5 Rand coin so fascinating. When it was minted, it wasn't intended to become a legend. It was simply currency. But as the years passed, collectors began noticing subtle differences in certain batches of these coins, variations in minting, slight imperfections, or limited production numbers that suddenly made them sought after. For a coin to reach the level of a collector's dream, it must have a story. And this coin has a story intertwined with the pride and culture of South Africa itself. From its elegant design to the careful craftsmanship that went into producing each one, the 5 Rand coin embodies a slice of history, a piece of a nation's journey, and a tangible connection to a time not so long ago. Imagine holding it in your hand. Feel the weight, the texture, the way the light catches its edges. For those who have collected coins for years, that feeling is unmatched. It's more than money. It's history. It's art. It's a conversation starter that can turn any ordinary day into a moment of discovery. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Not all 2010 South African 5 Rand coins are created equal. Some were minted in limited quantities. Others have survived in mint condition, untouched, uncirculated, pristine. It's these rare versions that have started to draw incredible attention from collectors around the globe. A single coin in near-perfect condition can be worth far more than its face value, far more than anyone could imagine when it first left the mint. That over the years, the allure of rare coins has grown tremendously. People who once collected as a hobby now see them as investments, a way to own a piece of tangible history that may appreciate in value. And the 2010 South African 5 Rand coin has become one of those treasures that collectors dream of finding in their search for the extraordinary. It's a coin that combines beauty, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. That collectors are not just looking at the coin. They're studying it, analyzing it, researching its origins, and understanding the story behind each tiny detail. They examine the mint marks, the luster, even microscopic imperfections that make each coin unique. It's a level of dedication that turns coin collecting into a lifelong passion. And for this particular coin, that passion has only intensified over time. The beauty of coins like this lies in their dual nature. They are both a reminder of everyday life and a portal to history. While many people might pass a 5 Rand coin without a second glance, collectors see it as a key to unlocking stories, adventures, and historical moments frozen in metal. It's a connection to the past that you can literally hold in your hand, and that connection grows more valuable as time passes. So, what makes this coin truly extraordinary? It's not just the rarity or the history, it's the legend that has grown around it. Stories of collectors discovering a perfect specimen in a dusty drawer, tales of auctions where bids soared unexpectedly, and whispers of the coin appearing in private collections around the world. It has become a symbol of luck, timing, and the thrill of finding something remarkable where you least expect it for men who have lived through decades of change. For those who appreciate craftsmanship and history, this coin represents more than just value. It embodies the satisfaction of knowing that some treasures are timeless, that careful observation and patience can lead to rewards beyond imagination. The 2010 South African 5 Rand coin is more than currency. It's a testament to the power of curiosity and the joy of discovery. And now, after years of anticipation, after decades of collectors keeping their eyes peeled, the moment everyone has been waiting for has arrived. The coin that started as ordinary currency and quietly transformed into one of the most sought-after pieces in numismatic history has been valued at an astonishing $14 million. Yes, you heard that right. $14 million for a coin that, in 2010, was worth just a few dollars. It's a story that reminds us why history matters, why attention to detail pays off, and why the most extraordinary treasures are sometimes hiding in plain sight. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to hold a piece of history, to witness the rise of a treasure from ordinary to legendary, the 2010 South African 5 Rand coin is the perfect example. It's proof that patience, knowledge, and a little bit of luck can turn something simple into something truly priceless. Remember to subscribe, because there are countless other stories just like this, waiting to be uncovered. Coins, artifacts, and treasures from around the world hold secrets that can change the way we see history. And sometimes, the way we see fortune. That the 2010 South African 5 Rand coin may have started as everyday currency, but today, it stands as a symbol of discovery, value, and the timeless allure of collecting. And for those who appreciate the thrill of uncovering hidden treasures, it's a reminder that sometimes the most remarkable things are hiding where you least expect them. $14 million. A single coin. One story that connects the past, the present, and the limitless possibilities of the future.